Hello, Shaky here, and welcome to the playtest of Modulus. This is a playtest version that is available on Steam right now. It's available to anybody, and it is only available for like 10 days up until February 16th, 2026. But it is basically an extended demo. From what I understand, most of the content of this game is here, and there's really no limit to how far you can make it. It just depends on how much time you can spend in the next week playing it. So again, it's only available to the 16th, and they're going to take it down. So let's jump right in. Alright, this is the first island we start with. We are limited to one island to start with. As we rank up, our rank is in the top left here. We can earn XP by doing different tasks. As we rank up, we'll earn expansion permits, which will allow us to buy other islands. There's a whole bunch of polyrock on the main island here. Polyrock is our main resource that we're going to extract. It is basically a 64 voxel cube that we can break up and dismantle and make new shapes out of. Alright, so we can put miners down right now. Miners do 15 per minute. And it's basically, we're going to do basically 4 miners per belt, and then we'll put a furnace at the end. That'll get us a full belt of voxel cubes. There's our 64 voxel cube. We're going to mine all these things and get them all set up so we're ready to go. Alright, there's all our miners set up. We got 4 miners per furnace and a whole bunch of belts available to us now. What's really nice is you can click and drag belts right through furnaces or right through miners. So you can just drag it right through there and it connects them all up. Super nice. Before we get too far, let's take a quick look at some of the menus here. We have some stuff in the top left corner here. We are currently rank 1 and we need 300 XP to get to the next rank, and that'll give us 1 expansion permit. We can check out here, this is the general progression. This is basically all the shapes you're going to have to create throughout your playthrough. And then over here we have delivery. This is basically how, as you deliver bots to a delivery dock, you can basically get XP points. Each level corresponds to a different number of bots you have to have delivered. This is the basic bot that we're going to design right now. This is the droid that requires the blue buildings. These are challenges kind of like in shapes where you have to deliver these odd shapes and you get basically some XP for it. Once you've delivered this shape and you've gotten the full XP, you can just delete the factory for it because you will no longer need it. But this gives you a nice little XP boost if you need it. And then we have the tech tree here. Nice big tech tree, which I do love. Quite large, a lot of stuff to look at. So this is our toolbars down below here. We have the regular toolbar, which has your miner on it, your excavator, your furnace, all that good stuff. And then we have some special buildings down here, which are like gray buildings, or have some special gray buildings we haven't unlocked anything else yet. So we're just worried about the gray buildings right now. So these buildings down here, this gray building tab is what we're going to work on first. We're going to work towards the basic core facility. So we can just put this down anywhere. You can easily move stuff just by hitting E. Click on it and you can move it. Super nice. Now because this is blue on top because it's not been built yet, it requires modules to be built, and then you constantly have to supply it with modules to keep the facility operating. And it basically, the modules that you need to construct it with are the same ones that it operates with. So here we need 24 of these modules. This is a 64 voxel cube here, so pretty nice. So we can tell basically that's 1 full cube that we need to modify. And we have another one over here. This is 32 voxels. So this one needs supplied at double the speed though. This one is 24. This is 48. So we're going to want to keep that in mind. So let's get to creating this module right here. This is our first module we're going to work on. I think the first thing we want to do is cut it. So let's just rotate it and cut it. Let's get a belt in here so we can see what's going on. That's going to bring our cubes in here. And we can select this and basically you can cut it. This will cut it into 4. It just cuts it in half. You can kind of see basically 2 pixels wide, 3 pixels wide, and 4 pixels wide. And this is your resulting shape over here. So if we cut it in 1, we get 4 slices. If we cut it here, we get 2 slices, which is I think what we want, because then we can just glue these 2 together. So let's configure that. And the next step we'll want a assembler. So assemblers basically need to split because they need 2 inputs. So if we input 15 per minute here and 15 per minute down here, we'll get 15 per minute out. So, and this has 15 per minute coming in and 30 per minute coming out. So that's nice, exactly what we want. We can flip any building you want just by hitting T, it flips it. That's a splitter there, so that's going to basically split our shape into 2 inputs of 15 per minute, which is what we want. And we can just grab these into the floor here and attach them. Nice, configure that. And that's our new module. We get a nice little confirmation that we created the module, so we know we got it right. Being created at 15 per minute. The belts can handle 60 per minute right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually shoot for 2 of these. Let's clean this up a little bit. Go ahead and hit E, move this around. It does maintain your recipes when you move stuff around. Super nice. So you can hit E, flip this, put it back down. Nice. And you can connect them up to each other. I kind of like to leave a space so I can sometimes see what's going on. Let's copy this. You just hit C and then you click and drag. Copies it. I don't know if we hit T, if it flips the whole thing. Nice, it does. And I believe we can just probably merge these belts together because they are only making 15 per minute. And if you hover over the belt down here, we can do 60 per minute. Nice. And we're just going to move that down here. I think right here looks good. You can delete the trees, which is kind of nice. Then you can put them back in later. I like that you can put them back in. We can do this. Also up here, there's a nice little feature here. This is all the times of day. This is dawn. Right now it's set to auto cycle. It's kind of nice to auto cycle, but for YouTube, we're going to leave it bright. This is dawn. This is day. This is dusk. And this is nighttime. So pretty nice. It's got some nice shadows there, but we're going to leave it on day so we can see what's going on. And next up we need this module. So this is basically 32 voxels. So we're going to want basically a full belt of these to supply. We're going to try to do 2 of these. So what is that going to look like? We can just grab a belt out here and play around with it. We're going to grab a cutter first. Wait till it gets... I think we'll set this to 2. And we'll split that. And we'll cut them again. So we're going to rotate this one. And we're going to cut it. I'll give us these 2 shapes. Figure that. And then we'll assemble those 2 shapes. We're going to put those are coming out at 30 per minute. Our assembler can only do 15 per minute, which is going to work out nicely because we're going to have to divide it in 2 with a splitter into an assembler. Get that set up to make our shape here. Nice, configure that. And we got the confirmation that we created a module. Nice. Because this is coming at 30 per minute, so we want this to come in at 60 per minute. And this is only 15 per minute right now, so we're going to copy this, flip it, and I think we're going to do that twice. So I must have done something wrong there. Let's try it again. Nice, that just barely fits in there, and we can just grab our mines here. Nice, and then we can move this guy into place here. Something like this for now. Alright, so the tutorial has you build 2 of these, so I'm just going to build 2 of them. I haven't really made it that far enough to know exactly what we need. Let's put it right there, I think looks good. And let's see, so now you have to put some cranes on these. This is how you get stuff into buildings. You click on it, you click add crane, and you can just put it right here. It goes out 2. There's upgrades that make it go out even further, but we just want 1 right here for now, and do 1 down here as well. And then we'll do something up here with these. These are going to require double because they are using double the amount of shape to build it. Nice, so it's going to take some time to get built. You can click on them and watch their progress. 14 of 24 delivered here and 10 of 48 delivered there. It's pretty cool. You can kind of see, watch them being built. Your pieces are coming in and they're being flung into place. Pretty cool. Okay, there's our basic core buildings. They basically create 2 cores each. The cores are going to be used in a basic bot facility. You can kind of hover over this building down here and it shows you that we need 8 basic cores and it creates a bot. Bots need delivered to this little delivery hub here, and that gives us, some XP points, and that's how we're going to start progressing up in our rank. Again, we're just going to throw this out here for now, see what's involved in it. Basically, we need this module and this module. This is a black module. This needs 32 voxels, and it looks like they're at the same ratio, 48 and 48. Let's just get a production lane going, and we can move it around. So let's put down a cutter, and I think we'll cut 1 pixel wide, which will give us 4 cubes here. Nice. That's coming out at 60 per minute now. That'll be 4 belts of 15 per minute each. And we can throw that into an assembler. And we'll just do this and this. Configure that. Nice, and that's our module, super easy. And we'll just copy this up there, that'll copy the recipe as well. And next up we need this one. A new tool here, the monotoner. This is the monotoner right here, number 9. We'll stick it on here, and if you click on it, you can make it basically black or white. We're going to leave it as black because that's what this cube is. And then we'll throw it on a cutter. I think we'll want, what do we want? Probably something like this. Configure that. And we're going to have to split it and cut them again. And rotate it and cut it in half. Configure that. And then we'll have to split it again and assemble them together. Nice, that's our other module. Good to go. We just need to basically copy the setup, flip it, and put it in place. Now these need another building to operate. We need a harvester drone, which is this one here, harvester pad. And then we can link up to these buildings, so we can assign a drone to this building. And right now we only have 2 drones we can assign. We're going to assign a drone to this building. That basically picks up the resources from the tower here and delivers it where we can take it out by belt. Alright, so we're going to move this down to here, I think. Let's do that for now. We can always move it later. So they don't need the cores yet because it's not built yet, so we need to build it. That's going to require these buildings here, so let's just move these into place. So I think this should work here. We only have 4 cranes, so we're going to have to only do 1 crane per thing, because we're going to need a crane for the cores as well. Nice, and we just got to rearrange our belts here to get these more appropriately laid out. And that should be enough to get our basic bot assembly going. Okay, while that's getting built, the next thing we're going to want to work on is this one here, the basic processing plant. This is going to basically create the core of the data shard. The data shards are what we need to use in the research tree. We can see we have 3 different colors of data shards here. These white ones here is what we need first of all to get these all unlocked. This costs 1 data shard. This costs 40. Plus you have to be rank 2. So you have to have enough shards and you have to have the rank. So what does this require? This requires 64 voxels and 64 voxels, so that's 1 cube each. So we need two belts for this, and that's what we have over here, 2 belts left, so it works out nicely. We're going to cut it. I'm going to cut it in half. Split it again and cut it again. Delete this one so that we can copy it. So let's rotate this around. Let's slice it in half. Nice. Figure that. And then we're going to want to split that in half. That is, I believe, 30 per minute coming out. Yes, 15 per minute coming in. 30 per minute coming out because we took 1 piece and split it into 2. And then we'll just basically glue that together to make the shape we want. Nice, we'll configure that and then we'll copy this setup. And we'll have to follow it up with a monotoner because we need a black piece. And then we'll want another assembler. Over 2 pieces, nice. Looks good, configure that. Nice, we got the confirmation, we got a module created, nice. And we're just gonna move this out of the way for now. going to create the second module. The second module is this one here. So let's put down another cutter. I think on this one we're going to want to do the 4 slicer. Figure that. Which means we're going to have to split it up right away. And let's see, this one we can just glue together. Like so. And we'll need a monotoner on that one, because that's going to have to be black. So these pieces need sliced again, right? Yes, we're going to have to rotate these. Slice them in 2s. Put a splitter on there. And assemble it. And we'll just copy this. We're going to have to put a monotoner on one of these to make one of them black. And I think we can just glue this stuff together. So we've got to clean this up a little bit because this is going to have to go here and here. So we just got to configure these. This would be, just lay this one down. Lay this one down and rotate it up. That one will be like that. And that'll combine with this one. Which, that's our module. There's the confirmation, nice. Now we just gotta get this moved into place and get these lined up with it. Alright, so we need another harvester pad for this building here. Link that up with the drone here. And this just can go right into the delivery hub here. This is our basic bots. There's our cute little bots. See you later, guys. Nice, that got us up to rank 2, nice. Let's just move this into place here. We'll see, I don't know if these need anything else to be built or not, but we'll find out once they're done, when the construction's done. Alright, looks like our processing center is done, so I believe we need another harvester pad for this. We'll just stick it right there for now. Link it up. I believe this needs another building. We need like we need the data center here, so we can put that down. I think we'll just rotate it like this so we can kind of see it happening. That in there. And that in there. Why is this not working? So it also needs the basic cores. Okay, so that's going to slow us down a little bit. We gotta get the basic cores over here somewhere. That's right here. So I think luckily we can zoom it over there. Grab a crane. We'll have to see. I don't know how fast we're producing these basic cores. Just one more data core here and we should be good to go. Nice. So that's going to make some data cubes here as long as we set the recipe to the gray data shard. Takes basically 7.5 per minute, so not very fast. But that's going to come out and our first data shard will be delivered. Nice. So we got one data shard up here. You can see it right here. They're going to stockpile, and that's what we're going to use as currency in the tech tree. Okay, we got 85 shards delivered. Let's go ahead and hit the tech tree up, and we're going to purchase some stuff. We're going to purchase the second floor buildings for gray buildings. That gives us a second floor. That'll give us a little bonus to production. We're going to buy the basic refinery for blue pigment. And what do we got? We got still got 82 left, so we can buy some more stuff here. We're going to buy the extractor. That's going to allow us to get some crystals off the blue island. We're going to buy this basic stamper. But we can go in here now and we can go down to these buildings here. And we can basically add a second floor to it. So it's going to stop production for a little bit. But we can upgrade them. It costs us two data cubes, it looks like. We're going to upgrade that. And that should give us a little bit more production. So we'll let that finish. Yeah, so it's going to take 24 of these pieces to get upgraded and 48 of these pieces to get upgraded. This one over here uses, so this uses 4 of these pieces and 8 of these pieces and makes 2 basic cores. All right, that's done. We got a second story here, nice. So this one creates 2 basic cores for 4 and 8. This one costs 4 and 8 and gives you 3 basic cores. So There's no reason not to upgrade them. It does take some time, but once you get past that, it's basically free production. So let's grab this. Let's upgrade this one too. And we might as well come through and upgrade these data shards too. Probably no reason not to do it. Yeah, we got the parts. Let's upgrade that one. We can upgrade the basic bot assembly too. I guess we might as well upgrade it. That's everything upgrading right now. Alright, those are all upgraded and we're resumed our part production here. We can go back to the tech tree and buy some more stuff. We're going to buy the efficiency viewer here, the heat map to see how that works out. And we're also going to buy the essential paint system. And now there's this button up here. You can hit the heat map and you can kind of see what buildings are working at what efficiency. I assume green means that they're working good. Yellow is probably like there's a slowdown, and red is obviously bad, right? Red's like they're not working at all. Alright, in the top middle of the screen here we have 2 expansion points. They allow us to buy some islands. We're just going to go buy this one over here. Why not? Costs us 1 expansion permit. Nice. And now we can basically build on this island as well. This has blue crystals, which we're going to need for the blue paint. Okay, we're going to try to make some blue paint on this island. That is this building right here. Basic refinery for blue pigment. This needs 3 different modules. 64 voxels, and 64. So this one's going to use 3 different belts. So let's just get some miners put down here. Alright, we're going to need some monotoner on this. We're going to need some black ones. So let's grab the monotoner and we'll just put that, I think we'll put it right here. I think we're going to need another one over here. Nice, and this one is the first module here. This is just all black, so we can just slice it up in a cutter. Probably do the 4 slice thing. Configure that. Like so, with some assemblers. I just have to glue them together. Nice, that's one module down. Next up is this one. Half white, half black. So this one needs cut up into squares again, like the other one. We'll do 4 slices. And that'll be split up into 4 belts. This one will be similar to this one. We can just copy this. So copy this over. Put it into a cutter. We'll flop it on its side. And we'll do this. That looks good there. Gives us these top and bottom piece. Nice. And then we're going to come over here. This will be this one here. We're going to put a cutter on this one too. And we'll have to do the 4 slice thing here too. You just copy this over. And then on this one we need this one here. Yeah, so this piece needs cut like that. That's good. And then we got to glue these together. Something like this. Nice. Now we have all the parts. We just gotta assemble them. So I'll probably split this up here. I think that'll work. Drag this over to here. We're working on this piece right here. Figure that, and then we can just grab another splitter or another assembler. Like so. We're gonna clean this up in a minute. Nice, modular created, nice. And we're missing one other piece, this one here. So we got that piece here. I think it's coming out here. Put a tunnel in here. Wait for that piece to come out. Yeah, so that's that piece there. And we have a white piece similar to that right here. Just gotta get that over to here somehow. Okay, so give me a second. We actually have to check the ratios on this. This needs 32, and this is 16 and 16. So we're going to need double the amount of these pieces here. And I only did one chain of them. So I have an extra belt up here, so I'm going to just take this out here, rearrange this a little bit, and make 30 parts per million of this instead of 15. So we'll have 30 and 15 and 15, and that will match these ratios up here. Okay, so I reworked this area a little bit, and now we have 30 of these per minute coming out through here, and 15 of each of these. So we could probably move this blue pigment facility into place now. Fits nice and snug right here. Nice. And we can just drag this down a little bit, get some room for some cranes. And this lines up nicely too. And I think we'll just bring this over here. Add some cranes on here, so we'll do one here, and we'll do 2 over here. Nice. Now once we open up the heat map, it should be operating efficiently once it gets going. Yeah, it's a little backed up right now, but as it makes the parts going, it should all turn green. So we'll keep an eye out once it gets going. It's all turning green now, so I think we're good. It's going to stall out again because it's got nowhere to take the parts. But okay, so the reason we're making blue pigment here is because we need to go to the tech tree and unlock some stuff. We need the droid core facility. Unlock that. And I think we'll unlock the droid assembly small. That'll give us the buildings we need to meet our next objective, which is up here in the top right, left. Deliver 1 droid. That should give us some nice XP. So we're going to need, let's put some buildings down for that. We should have some buildings in the blue tab now. We have the droid core facility. Nice, that's right there. And I thought we unlocked the other one. Nice, that one's unlocked now too. And that is this one here, the droid assembly station. So these are 2 buildings we have to work on. These need blue modules, that's why we're working on the blue paint. So let's get the die maker out here. This is the die mixer right here. Can set a recipe on that guy. It requires blue paint, it requires oil, and blue pigment. So blue pigment comes out of this building here. So we'll just put this over here. Link this up to here. Should be good there. And then we can grab the oil from over here. I think this actually needs crystals too. Yeah, so if we look in the top left corner here, this needs crystals too, so it's not producing anything right now. We'll handle that in a second. These are the crystals right here. And we have an extractor unlocked here, so we can just... I'm going to rotate these around. But these only come out at 10 per minute, so I'm going to combine them. Over there, nice. We can just jump over that. But we don't have enough cranes for that. We're going to have to get rid of one of these cranes until we get... There's an unlock somewhere in the tech tree that we can get more cranes here. Crane amount 6. It costs 40. I think we're going to go ahead and grab this. Increase available cranes for all buildings. Nice. So that'll give us the extra crane we need to grab this one here. Nice. We actually probably need a second crane on this because it needs 8 pieces. So it's got to keep up with this one. And add a second crane here. So it uses all 6 cranes, but at least everything's being loaded to ratio now. 2 for each 8-piece part, and 1 for each 4-piece part. Alright, with that up and running, we can grab the oil rig. That is, I think, this one here. Yeah, I guess we'll put it up this way maybe. It comes out at 60 per minute. Bring that over to here, I think. And this is the... So this only makes it at 15 per minute, so we'll probably need 2 of these. So we can do something like this. So I should be making about 30 per minute of the blue paint. Nice, there it is. Okay, so we're after these modules here. We're going to need a 32 voxels, 48 voxels, and 48 voxels. That's 128 voxels, which is exactly 2 cubes. And I believe we need 1 full blue cube that can make all these parts, and the other one can be half white, half black. So let's just go up here. We have a whole bunch of poly rock up here. Let's go ahead and put some miners down on here and get some furnaces set up. Okay, there's 8 belts ready to go for the next set of buildings. Each building needs 2 full cubes to make a set of modules, so we're going to do double, so 4 belts for each building. But we're going to save that for next episode. This episode's running a little long, and I want to get this one posted right away, so that if you are interested in it, you have a chance to jump on Discord, claim a key, and check it out for yourself. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.